Hi everybody, happy Wednesday, here we are again. This week I'm going to talk about something a little different that's been affecting me that I think I was going to ever have to deal with, quite frankly. I've never been a guy who's had to lose weight. I've used nutrition for a lot of different things, for headaches, anxiety, I managed my back pain, I've healed inflammation, heartburn, ADHD, you name it. Nutrition has really been a huge part of my life. Obviously, it's why I changed my whole life and started going in that direction in the first place. But about 3 weeks ago, I started developing a hernia, and then I continued working out, and it got a little bigger, and then eventually it popped out. And those of you who watched last week's episode knows that I have this hernia, and I went to the hospital to get some emergency surgery done. They wouldn't operate on me. They didn't, not an emergency. There were some people with like real emergencies, car accidents and stuff. And so, of course, I decided not to wait my turn and just go home and met with the surgeon yesterday or 2 days ago, and he told me that I can wait till after China. He'd rather me be lugging bags around with a hernia than lugging bags around with a hernia that's just been operated on. He says once I'm back, he'll operate on me, my muscle tissue is strong, it'll sew back together, I'll fuse together, I'll be like a champ. So, that being said, he also told me I could start working out. Now, he's never seen me in the gym, this doctor, this surgeon that I've just met for the first time. So here I am in the gym. I know what I can and can't do. I clearly can't do any ab work or any major pushing where I'm putting pressure in my abdomen. So I'm doing some workout. He said I could step it up. I stepped it up. Of course, I hurt myself. I tore a feel. It was pinching. I said, okay, enough's enough. I'm done. The problem is, my appetite is still what it used to be for a guy who worked out. I eat a ton of food. I work out hard. I'm always walking. I'm talking. I'm clearly a high energy guy. But now my diet's got to change unexpectedly, and I've never had to do this. I've never actually had to do this. I've changed what I've eaten. I've changed how I've eaten and when I've eaten, but I've never changed the amount of calories and fat. I've never really had to pay attention to it before. So I was a little concerned. I said, you know what? This is a great chance. I can't wait. So I said, I'm just gonna cut my smoothie down by 50%, and I'll eat less this, and I'll eat more that, and I'm putting more greens, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But wouldn't you know it, I'm hungry. For the first time in my life, I'm feeling hungry, and I'm questioning whether or not I should be eating and what I should be eating. I've never had to deal with this before. I know it's crazy, but having to deal with this now for the first time, I had to really sit down and take a look at my program and figure out how to apply it into my world. So I've taken my food plan template. Anybody on the program who's watching knows that I have these food plans that you get after about 30 days. And so I created one for myself, what I'm allowed, what I'm not. I distinguished. And of course, I'm still allowed more food than most people trying to lose weight. But for me, it's about a 1,500 to 2,000 calorie reduction in food. So what I've learned is that I'm going to really have to stay on top of my eating habits. Not only what I'm eating, but when I'm eating. Because I'm eating less fat and I'm eating less carbs and I'm eating less of everything, less protein, less everything, the only thing I'm not eating less of is vegetables. I've decided that that's what I'm going to use as my base to help keep me satiated throughout the day, keep me energized, keep me antioxidizing, keep me healthy, keep me feeling good. Not to mention, greens and other vegetables are predominantly water as well, so it's going to keep me hydrated as well. You know, when I work out, I develop a sweat, I'm remembering to drink a little bit more. My schedule's off, and I'm about to fly away to China, where my schedule is going to be even farther off. And so I want to make sure I get this thing really taken care of, because I get hundreds of texts saying, Jason, it was a holiday, or I'm going away, or it's a wedding. There's always a reason, right? Vacation coming, vacation just stopped, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too dry, it's too wet, you're too tall, you're too short, too skinny, too fat. There's always a reason why it's not the right time to start. And I've talked about this 100 times. It's never the right time to start. You have to start now. Right now, at the point of the wedge, is the easiest time it's ever going to be to make the choice. So I'm taking my own advice, and I'm changing my diet to accommodate my energy level and my exercise routine. So now what I do now is probably considered moderate to light exercise, where I'd normally be medium to high intensity. So it's way down. I'm barely breaking a sweat, quite frankly. I'm not enjoying it. Of course, I don't want to get soft. You know, I'm not 20, I'm not 30, I'm 47 years old, and I don't want to get soft. I've worked really hard at this. The first things to go is my six-pack. My six-pack! If only I can get that back. I hope that can come back. The rest, you know, I'm doing what I can. I'm keeping an eye on my form, and I'm eating a lot less food. I'm having trouble, I find, with the sweets. I'm sure you're very much aware of how a sweet tooth can throw you right off track when you're not exercising. So right now what I'm doing is I'm freezing a bunch of grapes. I'm eating a lot of frozen grapes just because I like them as candies. I've dehydrated some pineapple and some mango. I'm eating a lot of fruits. I've got bananas. I'm waiting until they're a little more ripe so they're a little bit more enjoyable. And that's really how I'm getting through my sweet cravings. As far as the rest goes, it's just me being hungry. So I've got my little carrots and I got celery. I've got some cut up vegetables that I like. I love broccoli and cauliflower. Okay. I don't love broccoli. I do love cauliflower. But I made my kefir dipping sauce and it's got a nice and garlic rich taste. So I've got the crunch. I've got the sweet taken care of. I've got enough food ready for the day so that I don't spend my day wondering what I'm going to eat and being hungry and making a ran dash to the local wherever. There's a cafe in the building. I don't want to eat what they have to offer. I've got good food at home. So that's what I've done. I've prepared for it and now I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. Meanwhile, I am preparing though to go away to another country. You see, here I try to eat a very clean diet. It's a lot of vegetables. I eat clean meats, organic animal-based products. I eat I'm very careful about it, but you can't do that when you're traveling, certainly not in China. God knows what you're eating. So I usually tend to avoid most of the meats, quite frankly, unless I'm in a 5-star hotel somewhere and they're saying it's organic Kobe beef or something to that nature, but it's very, very rare. Generally, we're just eating locally. So I kind of stick to the vegetables. There's a lot of vegetables and soups and a lot of fish, and the fish is touch and go. So they actually serve you the whole fish with the head and the tail, and it's steamed in what kind of, how can I describe it other than, maybe I know what I could call it, dishwasher water. It absolutely is danky, musky dishwater water, and it's not enjoyable. Sometimes you get a good one, but generally it smells as if you've just made a fish in dishwater water, like from the dishwasher. So I try to scale up a couple of white pieces of that, and then they flip it over and they eat it right down to the bone. And there's all kinds of mushrooms and vegetables. I really go crazy on that. I don't even know what else I'm going to do, quite frankly. I'm hoping that, I've run out of greens powders, and usually I make my own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy a thing of greens powders to make sure that I am getting the good quality fermented ingredients. I'm going to bring a protein powder with me. I'm going to go try to find something probably vegetable-based. I might do a whey, like a New Zealand whey, perhaps. I don't know. I'm going to mess around a little bit. And I'm going to actually pre-mix a baggie of this stuff so that I can take it with me. And once I'm at these hotels, what you can do is you just grab a bunch of fruit from the buffet, and I literally walk up to the bar and tell them, Zzz! And they put it all in the blender with my powder that I've offered them. And in my powder, I've also got my B's and all my vitamins and all my stuff. And I'll have a smoothie with my breakfast. And I know I'm getting what I need. I know I'm getting healthy, clean food. And it allows me to stay on track. Because if I eat at that hotel, I'm going to gorge because I know I'm not going to have a good lunch. Then at lunch, I end up eating all the crappy foods and just dreaming of dinner. Then we go for dinner, not quite. We go back to the hotel, we wait for them to pick us up, have a couple of drinks. What happens is the guy I'm traveling with, he loves, well, who doesn't? But what he tends to order and love are things like pizza and chicken fingers and Thai spring rolls. And he orders all this fried beige food up to the room. And I'm starving. So what do, right? That's when it's time for a protein shake. That's when it's time to take advantage of how you've prepared to not fail. You want to succeed? Then you've got to prepare to succeed. You can't hope to succeed. You can't just go and on a whim think it's all going to work out the way that you planned. It doesn't work that way. I'm planning. I'm not leaving for another 6 days. I'm already dehydrating food. I'm already preparing in my mind how I'm going to manage my life away from my regular routine. Now, I have a double whammy. I'm out of my regular routine, and then I'm being taken out of my regular routine once again and being thrown into a different time zone 12 hours away. So I'm looking forward to going away. In fact, if you follow me on Facebook, if I have access to a VPN, you might be able to see some updates and pictures. But nonetheless, I will have access to my website. So I will be doing next week's transformation session. That's right, it'll be from China. It's gonna be a totally different experience. I'm gonna show you some of the things that we're eating. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Maybe teach you a few things on how you can order when you go to a Chinese restaurant. Although, I'm gonna show you these foods. It's not like what you are used to in Chinese restaurants here. You know, here you got all those chickens and deep fried with, you either have like red or yellow or brown sauces. Well, that doesn't exist in China. It's real food, actually. And while I may not trust the meats, and I don't know what's going in there, they eat about 95% vegetables. They eat them locally. They pick them up from local markets. They don't go to the grocery store and buy it all in one place. When they're driving home, there's a strawberry farmer on the side of the highway selling his strawberries. And they go and they pick up a bundle, and they give us a bundle for the room. And you have a guy next to him selling greens and 1,500 different types of bok choy and lettuces and watermelons and grapefruits. It's really incredible. I'm going to document some of it. And next week's transformation session will be not live, but edited in China, from China, in almost real time. I hope you're going to be able to join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, I won't be as able to communicate with questions and answers, but you can text me. Those of you on the program know how to get a hold of me. Those of you who are not on the program, check out the program. Go to www.myoptimizedlife.ca. Check out some more transformation sessions and give me a call anytime. Everybody have an amazing week. Good luck. Remember, just because an obstruction gets in your way doesn't mean you can't get over it. Whether you have to climb over it or go around it, dig under it, whatever it is. If you need a dig, you better have a shovel. If you need to climb, well, you damn well better bring a ladder. Prepare for success, and the chances of your failing, well, are virtually nothing. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.